All right, who is your most underappreciated quarterback and why? We're going with one. Going with one. Okay. One, your most underappreciated quarterback and why. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go with the Miami's own Jim Kelly. I
That
mean,
was mine. That was mine.
what they did. I mean, going to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. I mean, you like and with the talent and all that stuff he had, Jim Kelly is a beast and playing up there in Buffalo and all of what that is. I'm gonna go with Jim Kelly for sure. So, Jay.
I'm gonna go with Dan Fouts, man, from the Chargers. Put up stat wise, he put up big numbers, but never really won anything. And I don't even hear people talk about Dan Fouts, but he was a hell of a quarterback, and I just think that he was definitely underappreciated.
You and them Charger quarterbacks.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Blaze, go ahead, Blaze.
Well, I mean, this guy he played for a team that no one likes. He became a meme at one point, but I'm gonna have to go with Tony Romo.
Oh,
I mean,
Oh wow.
he had a good career. I mean, there's a lot of guys I was gonna say. I have a Bengals quarterback that has similar stats to kind of Dan Fouts, but I just had to go Tony Romo. Had to keep it kind of current.
Okay.
wow.
Wow.
Okay, Josh, you may not want to welcome him back. PSP.
For me, I'll go with Kurt Warner. You know, 2 league MVPs. He's been to 3 Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl
Oh.
MVP before Mahomes. He won MVP, Super Bowl MVP back in 1999. Of course, the great narrative. I think didn't he work at some grocery store or whatever as like a bagger
Yes.
or whatever?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and he was able to accomplish a lot throughout his NFL career. So I go with Kurt Warner.
Oh, okay, Kurt Warner was not expecting that one. I'll
But
tell
I
you.
mean, I
Uh,
think everybody appreciates Kurt Warner though.
I
PSP.
do, but that's his choice. That's his choice. I agree with you, Jeff.
Okay.
Go ahead, Brian.
I
I'm
just
sorry,
think
PSP.
Kurt
I
Warner
wasn't trying to
doesn't get
exalt
enough
you.
love, though. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead, Brian.
I want to when Josh hit me up yesterday talking about the topic. First guy that kind of came to mind, just being old school, hearing my dad and a lot of old heads, my uncles talking, was Dan Fouts. But just going and just kind of doing my own little homework on the topic. For me, it's gonna have to be Drew Brees, man. Especially with the era he came up in, the things that he did, the records that he set, in the era of the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Brady's. And I get it. He doesn't have the hardware and the rings like those guys do. But for the numbers that he set, the records that he holds, at the size that he did, when he was written off after the Chargers cut bait with him and went with Philip Rivers, which wasn't a horrible decision, but he did a lot again for his size and his expectations. I think he's definitely, for me, one of the most underrated players of all time. Quarterback.
Okay, Ian. I'm definitely intrigued to hear yours, Ian.
So,
Okay, Jimmy.
man, y'all made a lot of great picks, but the one I got to go with is UNLV legend Randall Cunningham. You know, Randall Cunningham, he was a guy that really revolutionized the game. I mean, he was somebody in the late 80s, early 90s that really changed the game of the NFL for the better. So I got to go with UNLV legend Randall Cunningham. And yes, I would still cut De'Aaron Fox. I would cut him again. I would cut him 10 times. I would cut him 100,000 times. You keep on saying that I'm still tripping. No, De'Aaron Fox, I'm cutting him a million times.
You wouldn't
So
say
there
it
you
to
go.
his face, though. You wouldn't say it to his face. All good. Everybody went Josh. Go ahead. Oh well, Josh, you said you were gonna go Jim Kelly too, right?
Yeah, I'm going Jim Kelly.
Shut
That was tough though.
Some of the comments.
Bruh, 4 in a row and the lose.
Let me get some of the comments that people
Yeah,
said.
go ahead.
I think it was basically what everybody said though. Randall Cunningham, Sharon said Bradshaw, Warren Moon. They said Jim Kelly was a good one. Romo, of course. Jake said Derek Carr. So yeah.
Hey, I didn't go.
Oh, sorry, Dennis. Your screen being off be killing me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with Cordell Stewart.
Okay.
No,
Hey,
yeah.
Bears legend Cordell Stewart.
Flash? I mean, yeah. I like Justin just texted me. Hold on, real quick. Justin just texted me and said Shout out Sean King, Aaron Brooks, and Quincy Carter. So
Quincy.
Carter. Thank you. And I love Quincy. I got his autograph on the
Hey
floor.
man, that's my cousin Quincy. Cowboys ain't been right since they cut my cousin Quincy.
Real Dennis.
Dante Culpepper.
His autograph.
Yeah, Dante was.
I feel like Dante got his appreciation. I mean, that dude was a tank.
Get your roll on.
All right.
We got a Mark Sanchez.
Okay, nah.
Sharon said Cordell was appreciated as much as he should have been.
But she said Terry Bradshaw.
Hey, Doug.
She
Doug
trolling,
Williams'
Doug.
first brother to win a bowl, says Buck. And
Yeah,
Dennis
Doug
Scott.
Williams is there. So, who's the better player right now as of April 11th? Who is the best player currently in this moment? SGA or Booker? Brian, go ahead.
I just want to use Dennis's line. How many games have you watched of OKC this season, and how many games of Phoenix have you watched this season before you answer this question? And for me
That's a good
personally,
point.
I'm gonna go with SGA. I've watched a healthy dose of both. Being OKC is in my division, I get every single one of their games for free, and then of course Phoenix is out here out west. So I have to go with SGA. What he's done for his team is incredible.
Brian, I got a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's a good dose of both? Like, what's the measurable for that?
I keep up with both these guys.
I can't measure that. I can't put that in a pot.
Hey, Dan, hey, I got something you can measure, Doug.
Oh,
Hey, Doug. Hey, Doug.
I'll remove you from the show
One
for
of
that.
these girls or some shit.
PSP, go ahead, PSP.
What type of nasty shit do you?
Look, Brian, look. You've been hanging around Jake too much.
I think Shea's having a better season, but I still think Devin Booker is still the better player. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm still going to go with Booker.
All right, Dennis.
Yeah, I'm going SGA. I think SGA is going to make second team All NBA. I don't think Booker's making second team All NBA.
Mm-mm.
And Brian, she said you ain't got no stats to back that up.
I mean, I gotta say that I gotta go with the Canadian-born. I gotta go with SGA.
Josh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with Shea.
Okay. Blaze.
I mean, I think SGA has grown a lot. I think he's going to grow a lot more in the next couple seasons. It might overtake Booker, but in my opinion, I still take Booker over SGA right now, today.
Jay Will, go ahead.
Yeah, man. I'm going with my man from OKC, man. The light-skinned brother. He always starts out strong, but he starts to fizzle out. I'm just noticing the last 3 years, 4 years. He starts fizzling out at the end.
You know that's your brand, right? I mean, you're just a little bit more caramel, but I mean that's your brand.
Kardashian effect,
No.
Jay Will. It's the
No, definitely not. No, me and Brian are more like twins as far as color wise. I'm not light skinned.
I knew you was gonna say that.
All right, Nick said, I bet Fox makes second team All NBA, put him in the books. Send him to the line. Sharon